Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the nichebot live call-in show. Now, this is the show where you get the intervention you need to blow past the obstacles that stand in your way. And it doesn't matter whether it's keyword research, website promotion, website copy, you name it, we can handle it. I am your host for the show and founder of nichebot X since 2004. And still the ongoing developer. And let me tell you real quickly why I created the show for gold and platinum users. For one, people, I believe, need some interaction. The only way to truly intervene with someone is to have some discussion, some coaching that allows people to have breakthroughs. Unfortunately, when we're stuck inside of our own mind, we're trapped inside there, and we don't necessarily have the answer. Second thing is people just blow right past the quick start guide, and there's a bunch of stuff that's foundational inside that quick start guide. Plus, the great thing about this show is that the content is customized towards you every week. So you're not just getting stuff that's thrown up against the wall and confusing you. We want to make sure to get you the content that you want to hear. Now, this show is about getting clarity and having breakthroughs. If I haven't said that once before, you're going to hear that again and again and again, and that's what it's really, really about. But in order to have breakthroughs, you've got to do things on a repeated basis. It's just like the Olympic athletes that are right now competing in the Winter Games. Okay. A lot of those, let's take the one particular person who is the short track speed skater. His name is Apollo Ono. Now, amazingly, at the top of his peak and what his regular routine is on a daily basis is to do 4 2-hour workouts. Okay, so if you can imagine that, that's 4 2-hour workouts. That's 8 hours of working out a day just to do what? To condition his body together with his mind to be able to perform at the highest level. Now, in order for you to do the same, you've got to be practicing things on a daily basis so that once an opportunity comes your way, and you have no clue when that opportunity may hit you, it could be a partner that wants to do business with you, whatever. If you're not ready and you don't have the skills that are going to help you perform at the level you need to in order to fulfill your obligation in a partnership, a new business, whatever it may be, if you're not ready, well, you already know what's going to happen. Opportunity is going to pass you by. Now, there will be a replay of this show from the live show directory at nichebot.com/live show, and it'll either be it actually will be in a flash video through Blip TV, which you can also go ahead and if you're on iTunes, you can subscribe there to get all of the free shows downloaded to your iTunes. Just go ahead and search for nichebot. It's not going to be the Let's Talk Profit show. It's going to be the nichebot live show. So make sure you do click on that to subscribe, and you'll get all of the live shows as soon as they're loaded up to our hosting space. Now, I need you to share in my epiphany, because it's usually what happens when we learn from other people and we learn from their mistakes. We end up accelerating our pace of success. Now, I thought this was the most incredible epiphany I actually came up with, and it changed my entire outlook on the internet, because I was so brand new in 2001. I really only knew how to use Microsoft Word and log into Windows. That's about all I knew how to do. And so when I came online, I didn't have any of these skills. So my epiphany was in 2004, and it took me 3 years. I still felt really pretty brand new even 3 years later. I felt like I was finally starting to get a grasp on things, but this is what really truly made it incredibly clear. And that was discovering the power of backlinks. And that is using the keyword phrase in your hyperlink, but using it in a way where it's distributed outside of your site. And this is what an example link, a hyperlink, would look like with the HTML code revealed. Now, this is the actual page that the link is going to, but this is the keyword phrase that tells the search engine this is what this page is about. Okay, does that make sense? This page, this page right here, this is the keyword that it's about. So when a search engine follows this keyword phrase right here, they're going to say, aha, this page has to do with this keyword. So we're going to start pushing you up in the Google rankings by having this keyword phrase. And then, of course, this should be your site. And this should be usually like a backlink can be on an article directory. It could be on somebody else's site. It could be a content swap that you do with a marketer, another a related website. It could be a number of different things that allow you to acquire a link outside your site. Now, I used reciprocal linking to get backlinks to nichebot and other sites back in 2005. Now, you don't have to use that because, you know, a lot of SEO critics have denounced that reciprocal linking doesn't work, and it really does if you make sure to get quality sites that you're linking to, but you should find whatever style of inbound links that work for you. And the way to do that is you can just go onto Google and look at how to build links 2009. Just type that into Google and you'll find an article at the top on additional ways to get backlinks to your site. Now, I'm going to say this, getting inbound links always trumps content to your page. And why is that? Well, if you have one site that's 2 positions above you on the front page of Google and that site has 5 inbound links and you have 0 inbound links, you could probably try to manipulate your web page to try and have as much keyword density or do other little things with the alt tags on your page for the images, and you could do everything you could to try and tweak out a page. But if that top page has 5 inbound links, you're never going to be able to beat it unless you get an inbound link. And that's why getting inbound links is so important to your site. It's going to allow you to break past your competition and get those top rankings. Now, this show is about getting clarity and breakthroughs. Getting clarity and breakthroughs on anything, not just keyword research, not just how to use nichebot, but just about anything. So, ground rules for the call are this. Everyone right now is muted on the line. And if you want to ask a question anytime during this webinar, go ahead and do that through your panel over to the right-hand side, which is sort of hovering there as you see the window. Now, go ahead and type in live chat in front of the question if you want to interact, so I can go ahead and then, of course, unmute you. I'm going to go from about 40 to 90 minutes, depending on the number of questions and my energy. And let's go ahead and start our interaction and go ahead and submit your questions right now. And I am going to take a quick break to the boys' room, and I will be right back. All right, feeling better here, and we're now back live. All right, so let's take a look at what questions have been submitted thus far so we can get into and start interacting. Now, I've gone ahead and sent the audio pin. It looks like James Ryan is trying.
Welcome to GoToWebinar, Web Events Made Easy. Welcome to GoToWebinar, Web Events Made Easy.
All right. I think we have James Ryan live on the line.
The Vacation Kid is here.
The Vacation Kid is in the house.
In the house.
How are you today, Mr. Ryan?
I am doing great. Doing great.
How did you like the introduction to our show today?
It was good.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Yeah.
I try to give it a little different twist every single time.
Yeah, I thought that the graphics on the screen were pretty amazing.
Oh, are you talking about my background shot?
Yeah.
You're talking about this.
Well, no, the background shot that was on before you
This one.
put that one. That one right there, yeah, with the robot. I watched Michael Jackson's his last movie, and he actually comes out of a robot like that.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
So tell me what's happening with you. What's going on with the development of your site?
You know, I'm excited about Cancun, Mexico deals because I'm getting some
Serious traffic?
response. Not a lot of traffic, but I'm getting the response that are saying I have never left information on a post like this before, but I just wanted to encourage you to do more articles, and enjoyed it very much, and I bookmarked it, so I'll be back again.
Awesome.
I got sites that said, this is what we need is clear, honest feedback. That was exciting. I got someone that said...
So these are actual visitors that are interacting with your site.
Yeah, and they leave their email, so at least I have a way to contact them, put them in a database so we can get that newsletter going.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so I haven't done anything on the Vacation Kid, and
right. Well, we need to
like,
talk about that. That's one of the things we were planning to talk about here on the show that I had suggested you bring up. And so what we need to do is we need to figure out, okay, so I'm not going to install that update for the Yahoo toolbar. Okay, so let's...
And if there's anybody else has anything else, I don't want to take the whole show over.
Okay. No questions have come in, so a lot of people tend to like to listen. People that tend to be new or still learning. They don't want to sometimes disturb, or ask a stupid question, which there is no stupid question as far as I'm concerned. There are only questions, and you've got to get the answers to your questions, or else you're just going to be sitting there in the fog, and that's not really the best way to do things. I mean, I sat there and I struggled with things for 3 years. I didn't have anybody to speak with or talk to or anything. So we've gone ahead and we set up the Vacation Kid. As you can see, we've got it up here. And then we have the squeeze page right here, which is really kind of what you want the front page to be. You really want to kind of have the person coming into your site. We can take this special offer area out. But what we really want to do is we want to have, so someone comes to the front page of the site, you want to be able to have them sign up for an email list of some sort. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And then we talked about the fact that whenever you're trying to get somebody to give their information up, it usually helps when we have something, like some candy to offer. It's almost like, it's almost like making today trick or treat for the visitor. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We want to have some candy for them to sweeten their tooth. I mean, because otherwise most people are I'll pass up on that, or, I could do without that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was thinking about that, and
Okay.
I was thinking about making a DVD of all the different interviews I've done
Uh-huh.
and give that to the listener.
Okay, but let's think about this first. Okay. Here's what we have to do, and it's called a separation of state. Now, your interviews have to do with Cancun, Mexico deals, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now, realize that people that come here onto this site, okay, when people come to Cancun, Mexico deals, they are coming here they are perfectly targeted for Cancun, right? Nowhere else, right?
Right.
Okay. So the big issue here is that you want to send them interviews from this site, The Vacation Kid, which is a generic, non-geographically committed site. It has to do with traveling the world, right? Okay? The Vacation Kid, and remember we talked about this, the aura or the message you want to get across is the Vacation Kid is somebody who travels the world and enjoys their life, okay? And that's really kind of what you want to bring across as the feeling, right?
Right.
And the thing is, though, is the person coming to the Vacation Kid that may join at Vacation Kid is going to be just an overall traveler. Now, they may not necessarily be interested in Cancun. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Because they could be coming off traffic that has to do with Puerto Vallarta, or it could have to do with Hawaii or whatever. What's going to happen, and so I can explain it in simple terms. This is going to be, the Vacation Kit is going to be where you're going to do your newsletter about how you travel the world, or how you get up to and travel for 60 to 70% off what regular people do. Does that make sense? Because the message is more of a benefit-driven thing, because you can't keep it isolated to just one particular region. Does that make sense? The Vacation Kit is going to be more of a general lifestyle type newsletter. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to be sharing where you went traveling. You're going to also share where other people are traveling, what's going on with the resorts on Travel More, right? Okay?
Right.
And the people what you want to do basically is you want to have two different email lists, okay? So I think there isn't a place here. But what we need to do ultimately with your Cancun, Mexico deal site, while at the same time we also create this as the front page, the lifestyle newsletter, is we have to make this a separate email list. This is going to be strictly for Cancun people, and you don't want to email those people about anything else, because that's what this site is about. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So these are the people, the Cancun people are the ones you're going to want to give your DVD away to, or your interviews or what have you. Okay, so those are the people that you may want to entice with the free thing on this list. But you've got to come up with some sort of something for a giveaway to get people on the list. And you know what? You could try to have, what you could try to do is you could try to have, just create an offer. Just say, I'm going to show you how to travel so cheap at 5-star resorts, that may be enough of a pull to get 30 to 40% of the people to drop their name and email address in the form. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we will really want to kind of keep these separate. See, you're going to be contacting your subscribers at Cancun Mexico Deals about Mexico deals or Cancun type Mexico deals.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to want to keep that totally separate, but they're going to know you as the vacation kid. Do you get that?
I get that.
So you can tell these people here, the Cancun Mexico deal people, you could tell them about your vacation kid site, and if they wanted to find out how to earn more money in one of the emails to how to not earn more money, I mean how to travel for less around the world, then you can refer the people on this list over to this list. That's not a problem. But we want to keep them two separated. Does all this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because actually, if you click on the link here that says click here for hot vacation deals, it actually goes to that other capture page information from More Vacations.
Oh, I see. Now, whose site is this? Is this yours?
This is my site, yeah. Well, it's mine from the replicated group.
Okay, so I didn't know you had this. Now, is this that system that you have through that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Where he basically has all the autoresponder messages and everything?
Yep.
This is it, right?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I like this. There's nothing wrong with this. So, do you have access to the leads that put their names in here?
Uh-huh.
And have you gotten any signups yet?
I have not got any signups, but I got a couple in Australia that I think are coming pretty close.
Coming pretty close to what? Signing up on the program or signing up through this site right here?
Sign up through the site and buying a travel membership.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I like this page. This is actually cool. I didn't know you had this available to you. Honestly, what I would do is here's the big problem again. Here's the thing. Okay, so if they click here, now you notice they're on Cancun Mexico deals, but they're going to go to somebody else's site which says Cutting Edge Millionaire. You see, that's a problem for me because that's a problem for me because you're now taking them off your site and you're losing what's called the brand trust, right? They trust you over at Cancun Mexico deals, but now they click over there and then they come onto this page which says Cutting Edge Millionaire. It sounds it kind of looks a little weird, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can get this whole thing and be able to host it yourself? Is there any way you can get it from the guy?
I haven't asked him, but I'm sure there's probably a way.
Okay. So one of the things I would do is ask him to get this. We can obviously, what we can do is I could go ahead and just grab this whole site and we could put it up on Cancun Mexico deals. Honestly, I think that's the best way to do it. It's just my personal opinion. Now, this is great, see, because now you have a lead capture, but the problem here is now, well, look at this, okay? Now, let's take a look at this, okay? So you've got Discover Hot Deals right here, and it's up near the top, but this is buried in here. You see what I'm saying? This click here. I would try to make that a little bit more I would make it stand out a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. So was I pretty clear on what exactly we need to do on each individual site?
Yeah, what I need to do is try to see if I can host that.
You want to host this here. You want to ask the guy, can I host this page and get the autoresponders so I can do it myself, so I have full control over it? Because otherwise the problem is here's my thing. Okay, he's letting you use this system, and that's fine. It's no big deal. But the problem is when someone puts their name and name, email address, and phone number, and then they click here, the biggest problem is this. He is he is getting all the names. You have no access to those names. You may have access to somewhere in the database, but if you decide you want to change your system later on down the line, and you want to take all these subscribers that entered their name into this,
Right.
You're not going to be able to take them with you anywhere else. Does that make sense? You're not going to be able to take these people that enter their name here in this box, take them with you wherever you want to go after having entered their name or clicked over from here. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm very much about control.
Yeah. I can see that.
So one of the things you need to do is ask the gentleman who you are using, because you're part of his downline or his so you're helping him no matter what you do.
Oh yeah.
But tell him that you would like to host this page on your own site. So now is he the one that created this whole thing? Now you see here, you see what he says? Secrets to Traveling the World for Pennies on the Dollar. Download this free ebook worth $47 now. See, that's the bonus on this page. You see that?
Right.
That's what drives people to go, oh yes, I want what he's talking about here. I'll fill my name and email address. Now, guess what? You take away this bonus, and I guarantee you the whole response rate drops severely.
Oh yeah, sure.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to incentivize every single thing that you do. Okay, so first thing is, ask the guy, can you host it? Have him send all the autoresponder messages, and we'll load them up into an Aweber account. Then you need to figure out what's going to be my freebie here on this particular product right here, on this particular vacation kit. What's going to be my free giveaway? So you need to look at this site. This is a perfect example of how to schedule that. Now, I'm going to have to, I've got someone at the door. I'm going to have to take a short break, and I'll be right back, and we'll continue on. Give me just a sec. Live on the line, and we are continuing on with the live show. Are you there, Mr. Ken Ryan?
The vacation kid is here.
All right. So have you had a moment to think about what we had discussed?
Yeah, I think what he gave me here probably what we need to do is look through the, not maybe not on this show, but just look through the whole thing, and it goes through quite a lengthy more vacations after you click on that, wanting that.
This would actually be a perfect. If you can get a hold of this guide, this would be a perfect giveaway. Except I don't know. I don't know what that free download looks like. And here's what I would do. Ken. Put your name, your email address, and your phone number, and you may not want to put your real name so the guy doesn't know who you are, but just put a name and an email address and forget about the phone number necessarily. Download the book, send it to me, let me take a look at it, but then you want to also get the messages that he's sending to you, because that gets them automatically sent to you, and then those can be just used, copied, and used in your own autoresponder, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's the one that we would use Aweber on.
Say that one more time.
That's the one that we would use Aweber on.
Correct. Just like you would over here at the Vacation Kit as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So you need to ask the guy, can I just use the guts of this page maybe? See, because what we can do is just take the guts of this page and then create a page right here on Vacation Kit, on Cancun, Mexico deals up here, and put hot deals so that when they click on it up here, they go to the same page, but it's on your site.
Gotcha. I can
See?
do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on a 51-day vacation since Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's got to be tough. Well, the
Yeah.
guy's making like, what, 60, 70, 80,000 a month?
Yeah, sometimes a week.
Sometimes a week. That's crazy. Well, I got to tell you, vacations will never go out of style. I got to tell you that. So you're in a good market. You just need to make sure that you start getting your stuff out there. Now, we talked about Traffic Geyser earlier, and the
That's
fact
what's
that...
been driving the traffic at this point, yeah.
Right. But even though that's doing the thing it's doing is, remember I said you've got to be incredibly consistent on that, and that means getting videos out every week. You know, so if you don't have a whole stock load of videos in your thing, you want to make sure and have that so you're doing video submitting on a consistent basis, not just one time and then you're done. But one of the things I really think you really ought to be doing is also getting backlinks to your site. Unfortunately, video marketing is great for a quick spurt of traffic, and the backlinks, unfortunately, to your site don't stick as well. But you need to start getting some backlinks to your site and working on that. Is there any particular way that, other than, of course, the video marketing, that you've been working on getting backlinks to your site?
No, and actually, I pulled up your backlink on Google and
You never
made a copy of it.
Okay, but
And
you should never really look at backlinks on Google, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, when you go look at Google and you take a look at backlinks, you type in link : and then whatever the site name is, www.nichebot.com. Okay, so I only have 87 people linking to me, right? Is that what you mean? You pulled up my backlinks?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take a look at something else. Okay. So we come over here to Yahoo, and we type in link www.nichebot.com. So how many links do you see here? How many in links do you see?
Oh, 4,944.
44. It's quite a big difference from this number of 87, right?
Yeah.
And do you know why that is?
No.
Google likes to hide this backlink information so that you don't know how much you really do have. When now Yahoo seems to be tightening down on this a lot as well, because this used to be like, I don't know, 100,000 in links at one time. It's down to 4,944, but Yahoo tends to be the more clear. It seems to be the more clear and definitive one that reports actual number of backlinks. So when you say traffic like that, so when you say you're getting backlink, you're pulling up our backlinks, make sure you're doing it on Yahoo's Site Explorer. Okay? So go on. So you pulled up my backlinks. Go on.
And I thought, well, why don't I just read it? You know, so
Okay.
made copies of the article, and I think it's also on design articles.
Okay.
And so I didn't really understand what backlinks were,
Okay.
and I don't really understand fully, but it sounds to me that is where you put your, like you maybe blog on somebody else's site, and you put your website, and they approve your post.
But how do you actually get to blog there? You can't usually blog just anywhere.
Oh, I thought you could just blog on any site.
No.
Not any site, but just...
No, there's certain blogs you can't get anything to. Well, let's take a look real quick what a backlink is. Let's look at one of the backlinks that are here. Okay, so one of the top backlinks are 2005 February. Now, as you can see, the web archives some stuff even from 5 years ago. So let's take a look at this site and let's see if they're still backlinking to us, to nichebot. And sometimes I have to, here we go, see? Lucrative keyword research, step 3. And as you can see, there's a link here to nichebot. Okay? So this is a backlink because it is going, when someone clicks here, they're going to be transported to nichebot. See?
Right.
Okay, so this is what's considered a backlink to my site. And see, I didn't get this by having this guy do it. He just did it because he found nichebot. He found nichebot and he decided to write about it. Now, I got this as a free backlink. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. So the comments that I get on Cancun, Mexico deals,
those are not backlinks. Those are links that are on your site. In fact, those are outlinks. Those are links that are going out to somebody else's site.
okay. Because on analytics, when I pull up Google Analytics, it shows that my referring percentage is now up over 20%. Now, is that referring percentage, is that from other sites, or is that just...
Your referring percentage is 20%. That means other sites are referring visitors to you besides the search engines.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that really went up. That really went up the month of January. It was sitting right around 1-2%, and now it's at 20%.
Yeah, because obviously sites are picking your website up and linking to it, which is what you want to do. Now, the thing that you want to do is what usually happens is, and this is beyond just, of course, getting sites that pick up your site and decide to mention it. Now, you've got to do something, obviously. You got to be, providing some good content for people to want to link to you naturally. Now, the other way to do it is, of course, going to... let's take a look at another way to get backlinks. So let's go 5 free powerful ways. Okay, so as you can see, here's 5 free powerful ways to conduct online market research. This is the actual article I created, but we want to look at the shorter article that I created. 4 powerful ways market research. All right. So here we have 4 free powerful ways to do market research. Now here on article base, you'll see this is my article. Okay, see there's me, Jim Morris. Okay, and you'll see this is my article. These are the site's links. They get money for this. And down here in this resource box, you'll see Jim Morris is the founder of wildly popular keyword research. See, this is the link. This is the inbound link. And this is another inbound link that points at a particular site. Each link here points at an individual site on nichebot, and that's another backlink. So this site counts as another backlink. And that's how you do it. That's all a backlink is it's just a link on another site with content around it that has to do with your industry. So
Okay.
It could be in an article directory. It could be on an unrelated site. It doesn't necessarily have to be in any industry, but this could be on an article directory like this. It could be you could leave a comment on someone's blog, and that could be a backlink. Now, you're not going to necessarily take over the site and begin blogging at that site, but you can add a comment to the end of a post, like for instance. So, for instance, like if you notice, like on this particular page right here, industry research, okay? So we go to this 5 free powerful ways, blah, blah, blah. And you'll notice down here at the bottom all these comments. You see I've got 109 comments on this blog, on this blog post. So we have a whole discussion going on here. And this is really what you want to do.
Yeah, now in Cancun I have about 56 comments.
Uh-huh.
People have commented.
Uh-huh.
Is that what I can use as a backlink back to them or something?
Say that one more time.
The comments that I've had on the blog
Okay.
are in the back of WordPress. They're
Right.
Not okay. And those comments don't show up here unless you check on comments.
Correct. You don't
so,
necessarily want to. You can decide if you want to contact those sites for a backlink, but I don't know how willing. You can try that. I don't know how willing they would be, but
yeah. And
that's
actually, some are just leaving their email addresses, so that maybe now you don't have a website.
maybe not. I don't know. You have to check that out, but. Usually people that are visitors that interact with your website not necessarily are the best people to trade links with, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, you could try it, like I say, but there are other ways much more effective to get inbound links because, see, you're going to contact, say, 10 people, maybe 2 of them will get back to you. Is it really worth that? Is it really worth your time? I don't know if it truly is. Does that make sense?
That's true.
You have to weigh, is this going to be worth my time, my output, to be able to do this? And the only way to sometimes find out is to go forward and do that actual thing, and then find out, well, is this going to be worth my time input based on the kind of response I've gotten so far? Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Because what I do is usually when I get a comment, I approve it, and then I send them an email back to them commenting about Vacation Kid and more vacations.
Yep, sounds like a winner. So I would...
I just need to get more traffic.
You do need to get more traffic, but you also need to get backlinks. That's the most important thing. Without backlinks, you're going to be starving. You could put up a bunch of content here, and that's not going to really make much of a difference.
Okay, so I should be working on backlinks.
Well, you need to find one way. Yes. Backlinks and what?
Backlinks, and then talking with Matt about...
Talking with the guy so you can get this page on your site. So you want to have... When people click over here, they should stay on Cancun, Mexico deals. And you need to tell him that. You need to tell him, listen, I appreciate that I have this available to me, but I'd like to be able to host this on my own site so that people aren't leaving, they're not leaving Cancun, Mexico deals and going to some other place that sounds weird, like Cutting Edge Millionaire. It sounds like a money-making scheme, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we don't really want people to think it's a money-making scheme. We want them to think this is a true actual membership that will save them thousands of dollars a year on their vacations. And that's really all it's about. But you want to be able to get this thing hosted on your site along with you controlling the names and addresses of people, because if you ever leave the guy and you say, oh, I want to promote some other vacation package deal, you're screwed. He won't give you those names. He's going to keep them to himself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the kind of boat you want to end up in, say, a year from now, do you, after you've maybe had 5,000 people sign up? What are you going to do? You have 5,000 names, and you ask him, oh, can I get my names now? And he'll be like, sorry, those are mine.
Yeah. So, like, what about if you had, like, the when they hit a button when they say they want a newsletter? What about if they just went directly to something like he has for a capture page, but to the Vacation Kid?
I, again, wouldn't do it. See, here's the thing, okay? You don't seem, you got to really think about the sensitivity of the person when you start jumping around from site to site. You see, when someone comes off of the search engine or comes referred to you, okay, as soon as you change that URL address from CancunMexicoDeals.com to now the Vacation Kid, they don't know that they're on the same site. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can do that, but the problem is you want to keep them within your environment. And that's the whole reason why I'm trying to get you to see you don't want to have this guy hosting your page. It's not serving you.
Gotcha.
It's going to serve you a whole lot better if you are collecting the leads yourself. Plus, if you ever decide you want to take those names and transport them somewhere else, or you want to import them into a new autoresponder like Aweber, guess what? You're going to have everyone reconfirm their email address. And again, you're screwed, because I guarantee you will lose 60 to 70% of your subscribers when you ask them to resubscribe, because guess what? A year later, people aren't in the same state of mind they were in that they were a year ago when they joined. Does that make sense? So getting them to do it again.
They don't like to change.
No, people don't like to change, and people don't want to do new things. They don't want to get more email into their box by signing up for another email list. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you want to make sure when you set this email list up that you're going to set it up at an email service provider that's going to deliver your email. That's another thing. Here's the problem is, okay, this guy maybe, I don't know where he's emailing from. Maybe he's using Aweber. I don't know. But wherever this box goes to, if he's not using a reliable internet service provider like Aweber, that email is not going to be as delivered as the reliability of the deliverability is not going to be good. Let's just say that. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you want to make sure you have you have the system set up right from the beginning, because I've had problems, and in fact I'm right now transitioning about 60,000 names off of an email list over to Aweber and getting them on the list, but I realize I'm probably only going to get 10 to 20,000 people to actually click the confirmation link, because those are the odds. See what I'm saying? So
yep.
You want to get it right from the beginning.
What about an email list that you're going to send out to a group of people, and I have the server that will do that, and it's basically going to be to fellow realtors and mortgage brokers through CAM and through the to the Realtor Association. And so I was going to send them to Cancun, Mexico Deals.
Okay.
Just have a link, have it be a video email,
Okay.
and just saying that I know times are strange right now. Everybody's going through lots of changes, and this might be a good way for you to supplement your real estate business with some supplement income, and also save on vacationing. And just
Okay.
click a link and go directly to Cancun, Mexico Deals.
Okay. How do you know these people?
I know there's people through the I don't know them personally. I'm just.
Do you have permission to email?
I do have permission. Yes.
So you're going to email them through what particular means? You're going to email them through bulk email or sending one email at a time?
I had somebody that actually cleaned up the list, and out of the million of names I had, we got down to about 400,000.
Okay.
So
So
400,000, we have a bona fide receipt clean list.
what is a receipt clean list? What's the receipt part?
Just means that they would receive an email offer from Ken Ryan or James Ryan.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something you could definitely send to the vacation kid. That seems to make sense to have maybe the opportunity section for real estate folks. So you could definitely send someone over to the vacation deal / opportunity / that would be the URL, and then you just have whatever it is, you have them sign up for something, put their name in there to find out more. Yeah, that's another way to do it. You could work the opportunity angle for people that are right now. Now, what kind of response you're going to have to the 400,000? I don't know. How are you going to email them? You're going to have to find somebody's own server to email them, because it doesn't sound like you actually have them on an email list. So you're going to have to import it into somebody's server and send it from someone's server. And the big problem is that you're going to have to make sure so that you're not violating any CAN-SPAM Act. You're going to have to make sure to put in that email that you have permission by Colorado, whatever, by this or that. You have permission from a certain body to contact them. But just realize, I mean, you're trying to sell them something, so it's an open solicitation. So you could, I mean, they could say you're spamming them, because they used to say, I didn't ask to receive this stuff. So you have to be really, really careful with when you have a list of names and you're going to send them some email, because you also don't want to be accused of spam, right? So.
Right.
But it sounds like, yeah, definitely something you could do as a viable plan.
I'm just saying that I have these names and email addresses that they're just sitting there, and I might as well, from my other vacation membership group, I have their names, and they're just sitting there. I might as well use them for something.
Okay.
But I want to send them somewhere, but I just didn't know where to send them.
Okay. Well, I would send them to the vacation kid.
Okay.
But you should make sure that you have your site set up there on that site before you send them to any page, because they're, of course, going to look at your front page and all that sort of stuff. So you need to get your site together before you send someone to some place. Or if you just make it one page, if you make the site one page and put the whole offer on the page that you want to send the folks to, what you can do is set up the vacation kit on the front page to just be the actual offer that you want to make to the real estate people, and then after you're done making the offer to them, then you can switch it over and make it just a newsletter site for your general overall purposes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the email was actually going to be a video email, so it was going to be a picture of me talking to them and getting them to take the next step.
Sounds like a winner.
So it's not like it's impersonal. It'll be personalized to them, and then it'll pop up a picture of me at my desk saying, "This is Ken, the vacation kid," and I know that I've enjoyed the real estate for the past 28 years, and now I enjoy giving people relaxation and vacations, and this you can too, something like that.
Okay. Okay, just remember, it's like anything. If you want to make the sale, you've got to do something that's going to create an irresistible offer. So,
Right.
so you need to think ahead of time, okay? So when these real estate people get to that page where they're going to, if these people get to the real estate page where they're going to take a look at this offer, and obviously times are tough, money's tight, you've got to make an overwhelming, value offer that is just, it's not going to be just getting involved with the opportunity. It's what are you going to do over and above that to help that person succeed, that sort of thing. So it's going, like I say, it's the difference between getting 20 to 30% more people considering your offer than not. Okay. If you do some sort of you got to figure out, what can I do? How can I make this package better for real estate people? What am I going to do? Are you going to give them one-on-one coaching? What are you going to do?
Well,
because
I was also going to show them how they could use vacations to incentivize their buyers and sellers too.
Right.
By giving them away vacations.
Well, you've got to explain that in your offer when you make that offer to those real estate people.
And so that would be a separate page from the vacation kid. Now,
or you can make it the front page.
I can make it the front page. Could I use Matt's capture page if I hosted it?
Why would you use? But why would you use this? Let's take a look.
Because it's got videos and.
I know, but this is selling the opportunity to travel the world for pennies on the dollar. I don't see how that works for the opportunity.
Okay.
How does it work for the opportunity? How is this going to tell real estate agents what the opportunity is about?
Yeah, it doesn't really tell it there. It tells it on the next pages that once you click the.
I understand, but it's this is geared towards people that are traveling. This is geared towards the individual that wants to save money on their vacation, not the real estate person or the business opportunity type person. Right. Okay? So you really have to think about what you're going to do to use to get, what you're going to use to get people in, because I'm going to tell you, look, whatever you use as the capture page, okay, if it doesn't match, you're not going to get a response. And remember, once you send an email out to these 400,000 people, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to know what kind of offer you have. So you better make that offer right the first time.
Okay.
Because you're going to either lose or gain credibility from your first email you send them.
Right. And I guess what my offer originally was going to be just to have them take a look as something to incentivize their business, but also supplement their income.
Okay.
And so I was going to talk to them as just a fellow realtor. You know, I'm just saying, hey, I've been in the real estate business for 28 years, and I've gone through ups and downs, and I know this is a good time and a bad time for some people, but there are ways that you can supplement your income in a growing economy, and that's in the travel industry.
Right. And you know what that's going to require? People are going to want to know what? Show me the proof. Show me the goods, man. That's the thing, okay? So now the question is, how do I show the proof? Because, look, people don't believe people on the internet. It's a straight fact. People are cynical, and they're constantly thinking, is this guy a scammer? Is this guy a scammer? And the only way to break through that is by showing honest-to-God living proof. So you're going to have to make sure to give proof to your fellow real estate people, showing how you have made an awesome supplemental income through travel more, and you'll have to put some checks up there of earnings you've got and really show them, because, I mean, otherwise they're going to think you're full of shit, and I'm not lying.
Yeah. And see, that's why Matt's doing so well, is because he has the checks and he has all the.
Well, I know, but you've got to find a way to get that up there without the checks. You've got to get business. You've got to get stuff now first, without showing potentially the checks. And see, this is what I'm saying is, if you don't have the proof for your fellow real estate people that you're actually making money, you're not going to do very well if you don't have the proof. And if you don't have, I'm telling you, I mean, you can expect to probably get maybe 10 to 15 people to respond out of 400,000. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of work, and these people you have no relationship with these people. You could be talking to them as a fellow real estate person, but if you don't know them, it's, you know, that's the thing, is you've got to line your ducks up in a row to really truly have that. And if you're going to be showing people how you're making supplemental income in this economy, you better be able to show them. But if you can't show them, you better go out first and find a way to make the supplemental income before you go sell the opportunity.
Okay. It's like, yeah, you do it first and then show them that you can do it.
Yeah, how do you show people just because some other guy's making $70,000 a week that they're going to be making that, and you're going to be showing them? How's that working? I mean, see, it took something for the guy who's your upline to make the money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to. He did it without the checks, so you need to find a way to do it without the checks. But the problem is if you're going to be selling an opportunity, you better be showing people that you're actually doing it if you want to stay in integrity.
Okay. Makes sense. That's why I wanted to bring it up, find out what this.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise your results are going to be, I can tell you already, less than favorable. And the fact is you have no relationship with the people you're contacting. Again, I mean, these people are going to go, who's this guy? Why should I trust him? Now, if, you had all 400,000 of these people up in a stadium and you got up in front of the audience and they now know you, well, shoot, great reason to email. They're now warmed up to you, right?
Yeah.
But if they're not warmed up to you, I mean, it's going to be kind of tough to go, trust me. And you're asking them to trust you on the first email. So honestly, I mean, I would, if I was going to do a campaign like that, I would make sure to talk to them first, introduce myself, and then maybe second send them the pitch on the third or the fourth email after they've now gotten to know me. And that's the whole point of following up at your own website is, see, you've got to have at least 7 follow-ups at your own website, and that means autoresponders, to be able to convert people or get them to trust you. Because the first time someone comes to your site, they don't know you. They don't know you from Adam. They have no clue who you are, and they don't even know if you're alive. I mean, right now, I don't see any pictures on hot Cancun, Mexico deals. It shows me there's a real person behind this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they don't know you from Adam, and then all of a sudden you're asking them to trust them. Ain't going to work. You got some severe human limitations going on there. One is they don't know you. 2, you haven't contacted, they don't know what you're about. And now all of a sudden you're hitting them up over the head with some sort of a Mexico deal trying to get them into a $5,000 membership.
Right. Now, one of the things that we were going to try to do is, in Cancun, Mexico deals, is right under, or where there's between the deals, and we're just going to put a round circle, and it was going to be me thanking them for coming to the site. And,
Okay.
Just basically telling them to enjoy getting the information, and I'm the vacation kid, and I can be reached not reached, but if you sign up for this newsletter, I'll keep you abreast of hot deals in Cancun and other places.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, gives it a personal touch, shows there's someone real behind the site, so they can go, oh, okay, that's the guy. Okay.
Yeah, because on the About that you click on, that actually is the highest page, according to Google.
That gets visits?
Gets clicked on.
Right, because that's really the only web page on here. Otherwise, the only other pages on here are blog posts.
Yep.
So, see, they're trying to find out, who are you about? What are you about? So
Yeah.
this is a good place right here to put...
And it's just about me.
Yeah. Now, when people click through this More Vacations, the Vacation Kid, how many people are going through this? Can you tell how many clicks you're getting?
No.
Okay. Why can't you? You can't find a place where you can see how many clicks people have done? No?
I don't think so. I haven't checked with analytics if we can do that or not.
I mean, they should have a way for you to be able to, there's got to be a way. There's just got to be a way.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be a way.
Anyways, okay. So, I know we've taken up a bunch of time with James, so if you have any questions that you want to get those in right now before we close out the show. If not, we'll just move into the show. I hope people have gotten a number of good ideas from some of the things we were talking about with Ken here about incentivizing, making sure to be clear, separating your mailing lists on certain topics like Cancun, being separated from the Vacation Kid, which is more of a general overall. And we covered making sure that you've got things lined up that your visitor is going to have an understanding of, you're being real, you've got the proof, you've got testimonials, you've got everything lined up properly, so that people are going to trust you. They're going to see that you're just not here just to make a quick sale, but you're actually here to try and help their experience. And that's really what the web, I think, is about, is just improving people's experience about whether it's about Cancun, traveling, whatever it may be. So any other questions you have, James, before we move on?
Nope, you've helped me tremendously, and I appreciate it. And
Awesome.
I have my work list that I have to do, and I will be doing those activities.
Awesome.
And I've got to do more on the backlinks. And
Absolutely. If you want, we can talk about ways to get backlinks to your site, and we'll talk about ways I can help you do that as well after the show. Okay. All right. So if there's any last-minute questions, please get those in. If not, we're going to go right straight into the wrap-up. And it looks like everyone's satisfied right now. So we're going to move into wrap-up. Every week, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, tune in to overcome your obstacles and start having more and more breakthroughs. I mean, the only way to do that is by having some dialogue about your current situation. Review the Quick Start Guide for proper foundation and incorporate one way of building backlinks to your site. I think I've kind of got, we've also talked about how, explain basically what backlinks are, and I think I've got Ken totally set on the fact that he's going to have to do something about backlinks now to getting it to a site, because doing the content alone is not enough. Go ahead and jot down your questions and save them for the show and then submit them next week. Go ahead and decide whether you wish to share your URL with the group. If not, that's fine. Just keep your things private. But obviously, explaining your situation in detail is very, very important with specifics, so I can, of course, envision the problem. If I'm not having a clear vision on what your problem is, I'm not going to have a clear vision on what the solution may be. I can only give you sort of general stuff. So the more info you give, obviously, in return, the more clarity I can give back in return, and I am definitely here to help you move forward. And I want to thank you for tuning into the show, and look forward to seeing you on the next one, and have a great rest of the week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.